So you're looking to get into real estate investing, but interest rates are making it nearly impossible to find a deal. Or maybe you're even looking to buy your first primary home. But with interest rates at 7.25% currently, this is what the bank says you're qualified for. Today, we're going to talk about just that and how I just closed on a great investment property in a great area that's actually going to cash flow because I locked in an interest rate at around 3.2%. And the best part is I didn't have to go to the bank and beg for a loan. In fact, I had no qualification at all except for making a down payment. In the meantime, locking in a great interest rate. And because of that interest rate, the property actually cash flows today in the summer of 2023 in this crazy expensive and high interest market. If you're new to my channel, I'm Andrew McGuire. I'm an investment-focused real estate agent living right here in the Phoenix Metro. I've been investing in myself, helping my clients and friends find great investment properties in the Phoenix Metro for the last 5 years. If you're looking to move to the Phoenix Metro, buy a second home or a great investment property, and you're looking to work with a savvy agent who won't give you any of the fluff or BS, look me up. My contact's in the description below. I would love to have a conversation with you on how to find great deals in this market here in 2023. I just closed this property this week without having to go to the bank. I simply put about 5% down or equivalent to $20K cash and took over the buyer's interest, which was a 4.375 interest rate that they locked in a couple years back. I also created another note that gave payments on the seller's equity as direct payments, and I got that at 0% interest on a 30-year term. The seller's equity combined with the note I was taking over, that's the primary mortgage, were a blended 3.275 interest rate on this deal. And this method of buying real estate is referred to as the hybrid model of buying real estate. Hybrid is a combination of taking over the seller's mortgage payments, which is commonly known as subject to, and it's combined with a seller carry, which is the seller's equity, combining a subject to where I'm taking over their mortgage and also a seller carryback where I'm paying them on their equity in the property. That's known as the hybrid method. This is a huge cheat code for building wealth in real estate, especially in this market when interest rates are above 7%. In addition to not having to go to the bank, get a loan from the lender, and pay a ton of closing costs, the difference of the rate I was able to lock in of 3.2% and market 7.25%, it makes a world of difference, and it actually makes the property a deal when if I bought it at that 7.25% interest rate, it wouldn't have been a deal. And we're going to talk about just that today. To simplify this, for every 1% in interest rates increase, your payment will go up 10%. So doing the quick math, a difference in an interest rate from 3.2% to 7.25%, that's 4% difference. A rule of thumb is that for every 1% interest rate increase, your payment goes up about 10%. On this property, 134 Campbell, with a purchase price of $420K, my payment was going to be about $2,400 the way I'm buying it, including the HOA. The same payment if I bought traditionally with the 7.25% interest rate would have been about $3,300 and would have absolutely crushed any chance of cash flow. Since this property will rent for about $2,800 as a room-by-room model, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, gonna put a roommate in each room, combined rents will be about $2,800. Looking at what my payment would have been, $3,300, and only bringing in $2,800 of rent, I would have had a huge loss of cash flow, about $500 every single month buying traditionally. Buying the deal as a hybrid made the property a deal when it wouldn't have been otherwise because I'm actually making a small cash flow. And you're probably wondering, why would anybody even sell their property this way in the first place? After all, when you sell as a subject to, the mortgage actually stays in the seller's name. They're still on the hook. Their name is still on that mortgage. In addition, when you sell subject to or seller carry, you don't receive all your equity right away. In this case, after my $20K down payment, seller's still gonna have about $93,000 of equity remaining in the property. In this case, we agreed to a 10-year balloon, so I'll make monthly payments on his equity of $300. And then in year 10, what is called a 10-year balloon payment, that's when the payment on his equity only, not the mortgage, which has a balance of about $304,000, his equity, $93,000, I'm gonna be making $300 payments a month, which is gonna take his equity down to about the mid $50,000 level in 10 years. I'll be responsible for making a payment in full on that balloon 10 years from today. Getting back to the question of why would a seller agree to this? There's a ton of reasons. There's a ton of transactions of subject to and seller carries happening and have been happening for many, many years, go way back. And there's many reasons why sellers want to sell this way. But in this seller's case, he was living down in Mexico and he didn't want to actively manage the property. It was becoming a pain for him to manage. So he would rather just have that $300 monthly payment cash flow in addition to his down payment, still knowing that he's going to get a good paycheck in 10 years down the road. It is truly passive income without landlording at all. I actually find a lot of sellers or landlords that want to sell this way because they're tired. They've dealt with rental properties for many years. I'm one of them myself. I've been managing properties for several years now. I love some of my properties, but I also have some of my properties where I would love just to get a check monthly, not ever have to worry about the tenants, the maintenance, the HOA, any of those costs again, and just get a mailbox money showing up at my house every single month until I'm paid out in full in a balloon payment. The difference between what myself as the buyer is paying every single month and their primary mortgage payment, that becomes passive income. In this case, I'm going to be paying him about $2,400 a month, and his mortgage is about $2,100. So that's going to actually give him a payment of $300 a month passive income. Now let's talk about some of the benefits to myself in this case and anybody that's buying on a seller carry and subject to. Why would it make sense as a buyer? We've already discussed two of the biggest advantages, which are one, not having to go to the bank and take out a loan. Cash flow is always great. Nobody's going to turn down cash flow, but another huge benefit to buying subject to is what's called principal paydown. In this case, even if I need cash flow $1, between the primary mortgage paying down $450 a month and me paying the seller $300 a month equity only, that's combined $750 a month of principal paydown. That my balance is going down and the property is usually staying about the same or going up in many cases, while the balance due on the property is going down. So principal paydown is a huge benefit. In the case of 134 Campbell, I'm going to be making and banking about $750 a month. This is before we even talk about depreciation on this property. I'm going to leave this up to my CPA, but from the numbers, how much the property is valued, I'm probably going to be saving about $5,000 a year just by owning this property. So that's over $400 a month. Additional wealth I'm going to be building just by saving money on my taxes. That's a huge part of owning real estate is depreciation. And it's one I see all the time. My high income earning friends who have W-2s have no write-offs. They're just giving that money away without any rental properties. So that's another benefit, is actually owning properties and keeping some of your hard-earned money from Uncle Sam. All of these benefits so far, and we haven't even talked about appreciation yet, which is one of the biggest wealth builders in real estate, especially when you can buy in a great area. In this case, this property is located in downtown Gilbert, one of my favorite areas in all of Phoenix to invest in. And if you go down there, just take a drive down Gilbert Road. It doesn't matter what time of year it is. Something's being built down there. It's being developed. Restaurants, shops, bars, office buildings, schools, you name it. Downtown Gilbert's absolutely thriving. And Phoenix is a high appreciation market, but I believe that's going to be even more so in the case of downtown Gilbert. I suspect in about 10 years, I bought this property at $420. I'm guessing, but nobody knows for sure, that the property will be worth anywhere between $700,000 and $800,000 on what I believe the Phoenix area is going to continue to do because of supply and demand, which is appreciate. I hope this example and case study was beneficial to your education in real estate. I hope you learned something today. And if you have any questions on it, feel free to reach out to me. Again, my contact info is in the description below. I love to talk real estate. I love to talk creative methods. Reach out and I'll get back with you. And if you want more videos like this, specifically relating to the Arizona market, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. And I come out with videos like this on a weekly basis every Saturday morning. Now, if you're thinking about moving to Arizona, but you're worried about the water situation, you've heard Arizona is running out of water. Luckily, I've made a video for that, and you can find that video here.